everybody, welcome. This is Thompson Talks. I'm your host, Caleb Ringley. Today we're going to be talking about logical fallacies. We have 4 experts joining us. Everyone please welcome returning member, Dr. Dean, all the way from Macon State College. How you doing?
I'm good. So how'd you manage to get your job back?
What are you talking about? Come sit down. And returning by popular demand somehow, Richard GIGI Nixon. Everybody please welcome Richard Nixon.
He's on the droids you're looking for.
Anyway, we have a new member, all the way from Russia. Please welcome Dimitri Gurov.
Hey, Mr. Ringley, it's good to be in America.
All right, well, let's get started. All right, so Dr. Dean, tell us, what exactly is a logical fallacy?
Well, a logical fallacy is a defect that weakens the argument.
See, logical fallacy reminds me of homeland Russia. You know, where Lenin and Bolsheviks, they promised us all good, and they give us all bad. But now Russia is like land of vodka flowing like water.
I'll tell you something about Russians. They're all dirty communists, every last one of them.
Oh, that's a logical fallacy in itself, Mr. Nixon. Good job. That's a hasty generalization.
What are you calling me?
Nothing. It's a logical fallacy.
All right, so Dr. Dean, why don't you give us a good example of a logical fallacy in advertisement?
Well, one common advertisement I'm sure you've all seen is a television commercial for DirecTV where they claim that if you don't buy DirecTV, you will end up in a roadside ditch. This is a perfect example of slippery slope where one small event leads into a chain reaction of unstoppable events that end up in a very bad conclusion.
This is good. Slippery slope is like downfall of Russia, where, you know, something bad happens. It leads to something else, and something else bad happens, in Russia no more.
All right, well, Dr. Gurov, you have an example of a logical fallacy in advertisement. Why don't you share it with us?
Yes, I have a logical fallacy. It's called appeal to authority, where, you know, someone says something, you're like, oh, he's important, I'm going to listen to him. So, like the Dr. Pepper commercials, where they say, you know, trust me, I am doctor. And I mean, I may not be a doctor like me. I am a Russian doctor. I'm very good. I mean, you know, but you still listen to them because they are doctor. I mean, not doctor like me, but you know, I am a Russian doctor.
So you think you're a doctor just because you're a dirty Russian?
No, I am doctor because I have PhD. Well, I'm tired of this man. He keeps.
Don't worry. He tends to get a little hostile, but
Hostile? I'll show you hostile.
Oh, all right. Alright everybody, welcome back to Thompson Talks. We're going to continue our discussion about logical fallacies, but first we're going to introduce our special guest star. Please welcome Jimmy Gumbo. How are you doing, Jimmy?
I'm doing good. How are you?
I'm doing good. Why don't you take a seat so we can get started?
Hey, how you doing, man? I heard about you foreigners. How you doing, Vladimir?
It's Dimitri.
Alright, nice to meet you, Vlad. I'll pull up a chair.
What is this, musical chairs?
Alright, so Mr. Gumbo, why don't you read off some examples of logical fallacies for us?
Alright.
Whenever you're ready.
Oh, sir, I can't read. Mama said reading's the devil.
Alright, well, how about you discuss some commercials you've seen on TV?
TV?
Yeah.
Okay.
You watch TV?
Yeah, I watch TV. I watch lots of TV.
Alright, why don't you share?
Okay.
You have a TV.
Of course I have a TV. Everyone has a TV.
Alright, well, Mr. Nixon, why don't you tell us about an advertisement you've seen that has a logical fallacy?
Well, actually, the commercials about animal cruelty with the dogs, and they really just speak to me.
Mr. Nixon, are you crying?
No, I didn't want to take any questions about my feelings.
Well, that's a really good example of appeal to pity, and those kind of commercials really appeal to all audiences, because almost anybody would feel sorry for those poor, starving, deprived animals.
Alright, so Dr. Gurov, why don't you give us a new logical fallacy to discuss?
Thank you, Mr. Ringley, and I will go on to tell you about appeal to ignorance. Some people think that because, I am Russian, I am dumb. This is not the case. Because you are ignorant, you think that I am dumb because I am Russian.
Ignorance. Who's ignorance? You're ignorance? Not me. I'm not ignorant. Are you ignorant?
No.
What about you? Are you ignorant?
No, I'm Baptist.
All right, well, that was a good example. How about we move on to false dichotomy? Jimmy Gumbo, can you please tell us an example?
Well, you got your false dichotomy, and that's just like your proactive commercials. If you buy your product, you got the pretty girl, but if you don't, you're an ugly guy.
Well, obviously you didn't buy it then, did you?
Well, no, they asked for a phone number, and we don't have a phone.
Well, another example of a logical fallacy is begging the question. It's when the reader is asked to just simply accept a conclusion without any real evidence. I believe you have an example, Mr. Dimitri.
Oh, yes, I was watching the TV the other day, and I saw a commercial for Education Connection. And it was really interesting because they said, I get connected for free with Education Connection. But, they had no proof that they actually got smarter, you know what I'm saying? I mean, this place is probably where Nixon got his degree.
Yeah, look at me. I'm Russian. I can say whatever I want. Let me tell you this. I came here so I could get free beer, and all we got is this pretty boy scotch.
All right, so Mr. Gumbo, why don't you explain to us what a red herring is?
Okay, well, a red herring.
Red herring? I once caught one of those that weighed over 30 pounds at my summer home in Prague. Carry on.
Okay, well, a red herring is when partway through the argument, the arguer goes off on a tangent, raising a side issue that distracts the audience from what's really at stake.
Oh yes, and a perfect example of a red herring in advertisement is the Progressive commercials, in which the man offers to pay for the other people's gas. Progressive isn't really going to pay for your gas, they're just an insurance company. They're trying to get you to miss the point of the advertisement.
Well, I don't know if it's a fallacy, but you're a Russian, which means you're a communist, which means you're evil.
Mr. Nixon, that's completely illogical. What are you even saying?
I'm saying that when the president says it, that means it is not illogical.
Well, I got a good one. It's called missing the point. Missing the point means that the premises of an argument do support a particular conclusion, but not the conclusion that the arguer actually draws.
Yeah, that is like Nationwide, the commercial for the car insurance, where they talk about they are good insurance, they give you fair price. But at the end, the man says, oh, and they saved your coffee. And that's not the point of what they are trying to say.
All right, well, we're running out of time here on Thompson Talks, so do you guys have any final logical fallacies that you'd like to present?
See, a minute ago, Nixon said, Russians are evil. Evil people are communists, and communists are Russians. So, Russians are evil communists are evil Russians, yada yada yada. And this is actually a fallacy called circular reasoning.
Oh, I know, that's why I said it.
Well, yeah, another fallacy is called ad hominem, and that's where you attack the man, not his beliefs. So if I was saying I was attacking Baptist people, I would say Baptist people like Jimmy here don't know how to read.
Well, no, I don't know how to read, but Mama said reading's the devil.
Oh, just shut up already.
You know what, Nixon? I'm tired of you telling us what to do.
Hey, now you listen here, Square. I'm the President of the United States of America.
Your term ended 30 years ago.
Yeah, well, I'm gonna end your term.
And as soon as you do, Mother Russia will reign supreme.
You know what? I'm tired of your stupid accent, Vlad.
You think anyone likes your dumb country hillbilly?
I'm gonna show you some American hospitality. So they want to bring up the Watergate scandal. Okay.
You know, this was a real improvement on the last episode I was in.
By being on this show, I am a disgrace to my mother's land.
I'm not even sure this invitation was meant for me.
Another great show ruined.
You have any idea who you're stealing from? You and your friends are dead.
Caleb Ringley is the worst television host I've ever seen.
Back in Russia, I am a superhero. This not as easy as that.
I didn't even finish high school.
Who picks these people? Who picks the people?
I gave Gubrov the beating, not that he deserved, but the one that he needed.
This Thompson guy really has no idea how to run a television show.
Up and away!
Why don't they get it? I'm Baptist.
Spare me.